Do I enjoy being Aunt Tanis? Today's Thursday, 9 October 2025, and here I, Tanis, she, her, hers of Seattle, provide my perspective on if/how I have enjoyed being Aunt Tanis, a term I started being called by when I studied abroad in South Africa in 2012, 6-month student visa, January 2012 to June 2012. Yes, so I moved to South Africa, lived there for on a 6-month student visa in 2012, January 2012 to June 2012. And one of the social terms there was to call women aunt, like socially, whether or not we were related to each other. And specifically, it was like anybody, but we kind of, it wasn't a term that was used a lot, even if it was used, it wasn't used a lot for me because I was kind of the baby of my social group. And I was a teenager when I was living there. And a lot of the people just socially that I interacted with were not necessarily teenagers. So there was a little bit of, while I was Aunt Tanis, I had more of a tendency of thinking of others as the aunt or auntie because they were older. And do I enjoy being Aunt Tanis? So since Africa, I lived in Hawaii, and aunt or auntie was also a term so used socially over there. So I continued on being Aunt Tanis socially. And so, over a decade later, do I enjoy being Aunt Tanis? And yes, it's not a term, I've been pretty young. I'm approximately 33 years of age now. So it's one that it's like, if we ever meet, you can call me Aunt Tanis. I'm okay with that term being used on me. I've used it kind of in a sense of like people being like, it's just the norm. And so I'm kind of like, yeah, you can carry on the legacy of Africa and Hawaii in my life in that way. And it means something, and it lets me know that I mean something to you. So that if you want to use it, you can. I think it's a great one for, I can be a bit, sometimes I'm like people, I'm like, don't touch me, kind of thing. I've brought up on the channel before. Even like sometimes like just hugs are kind of like, but like that's like a kind of fluctuating, always work in progress area. And so kind of think of as Aunt Tanis as kind of a, if I can come across as a bit cold physically, Aunt Tanis is one way of like, it's like a hug. It's like a verbal terminology nickname hug. It's like maybe a way of phrasing it. So yes, I do enjoy being Aunt Tanis, and I get to thank South Africa for this term entering my life as a teenager. So there we go.